This used to be a drive bridge, twice the width that it is now, and it was. They took the cars across up until about 20 years ago, and somebody decided to set the wooden bridge afire.
Oh.
Yeah, make a nice Halloween fire.
Oh, goodness.
And decided that that was a blessing in disguise, because they then narrowed it to a footbridge.
Okay.
Which prevents traffic from coming in.
Oh, so it's
across.
a footbridge now.
It's a footbridge, so
oh,
you
okay.
can walk across Lobster Cove to Leonard Street, or from Leonard Street to Washington Street.
And is this a tidal place with all these boats on it?
There's an 8 or 10 foot tide here. Low tide, it's really almost mud flats. High tide, you can see it.
Do kids swim down here?
And they swim off the rafts down here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
And they climb up on the bridge railings and jump off.
Oh, goodness. It looks...
So it's a great spot.
Oh, terrific.
Yeah. So how about joining me, Jack?
Yeah.
We'll take a swim.
Oh, yeah. And here's your house. You can maybe... this is a good view of it. You want to tell me about that?
Well, the centerpiece of the big house goes back to 1740. You're looking up at the screened area. Screens are off now because they're being painted over time here.
1740 is the center of this. And you said it was 2 houses merged together.
Yeah, it's really been one house, but with add-ons through the different generations.
I saw about 5 bedrooms upstairs and
38 windows.
38 windows.
And counting. So it ends up being a split house, 2-family house.
All right. 2 kitchens downstairs, huh?
2 kitchens, bathrooms, and so on.
Okay.
And we open it up in the summer for the children and grandchildren.
Oh, okay. And you don't rent it out in the summer, huh?
No.
No. I was going to rent it.
I
was going to rent it.
You don't have to rent it. You can just come.
Martha, you brought your own tablecloth to this restaurant.
I didn't want you to get sticky.
It looks like the table's quite clean. Oh, I think we'll have a nice meal here.
We're walking down here to Lighthouse Beach.
Okay.
It's almost high tide, but not quite. And at low tide, the water goes all the way out, and you can walk over to the lighthouse itself.
It's all muddy, huh?
No, it's sand. It's sand.
You're not kidding me, are you?
No, it's
beautiful sand.
Beautiful sand beach,
and the water's ice.
The water is cold right now. It's probably in the low 60s.
Low 60s.
But there are a few swimmers out here, I notice.
Yeah, they were in the water.
And at low tide, you can dig for clams. Lots of folks
okay.
bring home their lunch or supper.
Oh, okay, wow.
That's what they found by way of clam.
Oh, I hope we can buy some in town. Is there a clam shack here?
Oh, yes, plenty of clam.
Oh, we'll do that tonight. Or sometime today.
I have a lot of relatives in the village because I had 3 younger sisters. And they used to come to Squam Rock with their boyfriends.
And they went up on top of the rock and they did something that they...
They probably, you know, there's a crack in there where you're kind of secluded, and it's a little secret place up there.
You want to go up, Jack, and have a look?
No,
I don't think I'll make it.
And peach trees against that big wall.
Boy, that's some wall.
And it's the same, you know, the railings. At least 200 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And this is where I grew up.
Oh, you grew up here? Oh, wow.
This is where I grew up.
Wow.
My French grandmother came and ran a little pension.
Okay.
And people from Harvard would come. And one of those professors married her. And she gave French lessons and cooked French food.
Okay.
And had lots of babies.
All right, ready to go. We're standing on the edge of the Annisquam Yacht Club, looking out across the Annisquam River. On the other side is Wingasheet Beach. And on a weekend, that's filled with swimmers and people who bring their boats up to moor along the shoreline. This is about close to high tide, or mid to close to high tide. At low tide, the channel is much narrower.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But you really get a good sense for how wide the river can be at full tide. And here they're starting. This is the starting day of their summer camp, and these youngsters are in little sailboats.
Is that open ocean down there?
Around the corner would be open ocean to the right.
Okay.
And we'll be walking over there.
Okay.
In a few minutes.
I wonder what you need to do to get access to these. You have to be a member here, or having a friend who's a member will do it. Fun over there. Okay, tell me a story, Geoff. What's going on here?
This is the Enniscorn Yacht Club.
Oh, this is the yacht club.
Built on stilts.
Oh, they're going to let us in?
Possibly, if you spruce up a bit, Jack.
If I comb my hair?
Yeah, I'll comb your hair and
They won't
tuck
sell.
your belt in.
They won't sell us lunch, though, huh?
Yeah, but there's always concerned at high tide in the winter with a strong northeaster that the whole place will be just swept away.
So we're going to have breakfast here tomorrow morning, or?
Well, I can't find out for sure whether
Yeah.
We don't know for sure if it's open tomorrow morning.
A lunch, 11 o'clock tomorrow. Lunch and dinner?
Yeah.
Lunch and dinner. And then in a couple of weeks.
A couple of weeks it'll be breakfast.
We're looking at Lobster Cove, and you can see these man-made piers cut from granite stone, and they would do the shipbuilding in between the piers.
Oh, okay.
One to the other.
Okay.
And this goes all the way up Lobster Cove on this side.
Okay.
And these are a couple of 100 years old.
Oh, yeah, at least.
Yep.
Maybe 3, huh?
Yeah, the earlier work started in 1630.
Okay.
So it goes back before our time. Side of 6 Union Court. What you're seeing on the right-hand side is the end piece of the big house, and on the left is the studio, the rebuilt post and beam studio.
Post and beam all came from Underhill.
And the post and beam, yes, was cut up in Underhill, Vermont. And the foreground here is a garden, Martha's garden produce, which she starts as seedling plants, transplants here in the late spring.
Crabs down there you probably can't see. Children fishing poles down there and hook them. So how far is it to the ocean from here?
About a mile.
About a mile, okay.
These people are getting the same treatment too. The woman is giving them
Come
an
out
explanation.
into Ipswich.
There's a
Ipswich
lobster
Bay.
boat, by the way, Jack. That red.
The red one, okay.
So it's a honest to goodness fishing boat.
Okay.
And if you look in the distance up the cove, you see the steeple of the church.
To jump off the bridge.
Okay.
You know, it's the daredevil thing to do. And it's
How about that lobster boat?
now it's kind of low tide, so it's more of a jump. But we have a 10-foot tide, so when the tide comes up, it's not so scary. But when the tide goes out, it's good and scary.
So you have here a picture.
Okay.
I can't get a very good video
No,
of the
you
picture
can't.
because of all the reflections.
Yeah.
No, you
But
can't.
tell me the story again. Now, you bought this farm.
Yeah, we went farming.
Give me a quick summary here.
Jeffrey turned into a farmer. He did. He tried
I
to.
do.
Gentleman farmer.
He was a gentleman farmer,
And you had 60 cows,
at least.
and it was all organic.
Well, it was organic, and then
We actually ended up with at one time with 130 cows.
Oh, wow.
We were only milking about 55.
Oh, wow.
Jeff
We-
got all into
we had
when these
calves
cows. We didn't even know how many times a day you had to milk them. When we didn't. Jeff, you know
Bill
you
Clinton
didn't.
even got that right. I remember. He said he knew he got. But actually, they do milk cows now 3 times a day.
Remember that big wheel you bought that was supposed to tell when these cows could get impregnated? And he learned all about artificial insemination. He got really into that.
So your daughter got you into this, and then she got out of it.
Well, we never meant to
We
run a
bought the-
farm. I was thinking of a tennis center.
We bought the adjoining land and farm to protect Amy.
Oh well.
That was the initial foray into this whole scene of farming.
When we bought it, the manure pit, we thought that was a swimming hole.
Oh, yeah.
It turned out.
Well, you're from Wisconsin.
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah. Oh, I've
you
seen
know all about this
well,
stuff.
a little bit, yeah.
I thought this would be great for recreation. And we did that a number of times.
So that was in Jeffersonville, which is next to Underhill.
Yes.
Okay.
And
And
Jeffrey got very good with the manure system. He was really good at mucking the barn, but he didn't milk the cows.
Oh, you cleaned the barn. That's a
Oh,
good
he
job.
Knew that. He knew how to work that.
You had no
manure
choice.
System. It was all automated.
It's you certainly learn, you gain a huge amount of respect for these poor people. It's unforgiving, and it's day in and day out.
I mean, farming is the hardest thing there is.
And
But
maybe-
Jeffrey was feeling so guilty that he wasn't the farmer, that what he was doing was giving away all our frequent miles, our flyer miles. He was sending the poor farmer on vacations. He was
no, he did.